some 2009 Burgundy. 2009 is a very highly touted vintage. It was a very warm summer. The grapes ripened very well. Some people, and I have also written about this, think that, well, the grapes might have ripened a bit too quickly, so you don't have maybe as much balance as, say, in a vintage like 2005, where you have a little more acidity. But you certainly have more of a welcoming lushness to the wines. But this is a lesson to be learned, because I bought 3 wines at a supermarket in France. In France you have these big supermarkets. They're called grande surface. And you can get pretty good deals. But you have to be careful, because you can't just go by the vintage, especially in Burgundy. You have to know the producer. So I bought 3 wines, only knowing one producer. As it turns out, the one I knew was actually good. The rest are not that great. So anyway, let's start with Beaune Le Mariage, which is a great name. Beaune being, of course, the town in the Côte d'Or, in the Côte de Beaune, actually, part of the Côte d'Or. And Le Mariage is just the name, and it's made by Domaine Besancenot. I've never heard of this wine before. Domaine de Besancenot, Beaune Le Mariage, marriages. And I know the buyer for the supermarket chain, and he said, you gotta buy this. So I said, okay, let's try it. So I'm gonna try it again. I didn't like it yesterday. I thought it was kind of dirty and a bit rusty and just uninteresting. Let's give it a shot again after a day. Maybe, I didn't carafe it, so this is sort of the equivalent of getting it some oxidation. Yeah, it's got kind of sort of a boring nose, and it's a little bit, it's a bit muted. Yeah. It's okay. You can see I'm not very enthusiastic. It's okay. It's not bad. I mean, it's not as bad as it was yesterday. I think the air does it good, but it still has a sort of rustic aspect to it, and a sign that the wine has evolved a bit too quickly. Which is maybe because it was a warm site, and 2009 being a warm vintage, it's better to have a cooler sort of exposition, not as much sun as normal. I don't know. I don't know enough about this wine. All I know is that normally it costs 19 euros, and I wouldn't pay that much for it. I say normally because I know the guy who sold it, and I was with a friend, and he gave us a 2-for-1 deal, so that's why I got it. I got this une bouteille achetée, le deuxième gratuit. It's a great deal that I got, but in the end, not such a great deal because the wine isn't that great. And it's 2009 Burgundy. Then I tried this Rouilly. Actually, I put it in the fridge earlier because it's just to cool it up. And I opened this yesterday too, and I liked it a little better than the Beaune. Rouilly is a lesser-known appellation than Beaune. It's actually in the Côte Chalonnaise, in the southern part of Burgundy. It's no longer in the Côte d'Or, but it's the northern part of the Côte Chalonnaise. So let's try it again. Again, this is Burgundy, Pinot Noir. The Pinot Noir grape is almost exclusively, the only grape used to make red wine in Burgundy, with the exception of Beaujolais, which is made with Gamay, and an obscure wine that you can really only find in France called Basse du Grand, which mixes Beaujolais and Gamay and Pinot Noir. So this is again Pinot Noir from Rouilly, made by Vincent Do. I don't know if anyone of you know this. It's Clos de Vésignaux. Voilà. 2009. Now this has a more interesting nose. It's a little more sort of earthy, with just a touch of wet sock. I know that sounds abhorrent maybe to some viewers, but it's kind of that earthiness that I kind of like when in very small quantities. Just a little bit of wet sock, not too much. Actually, it's better than it was yesterday. It's opened up. And it's not bad. It's not a bad wine. Pretty straightforward. The finish is a little rusty again. That's what's annoying me. It annoyed me yesterday, it annoys me again today. This one was 10 euros, right? Okay, it's cheaper. Still, neither really, get me going. Well, I just had to open my Montelly made by Bouchard Père and Fils, another appellation from Burgundy. And, you know, not as well known, but I'm telling you, Montelly is you know, if you get a good Montelly, it can be exciting. And this one, this is it. I mean, I got it for €11.50. 2009 Montelly by Bouchard Père and Fils, very famous production house. They've got a gorgeous cellars with infinite numbers of bottles from, you know, as early as, I don't know, maybe the 18th century, maybe earlier. I don't know. I don't remember. They told me they had some really old bottles. Now, this is beautiful. This smells like what an 09, you know, you'd expect it to taste like. It's got sort of a bright cherry, kind of dark cherry aspect. There's a bit of that earthiness, but it's not even wet sake-like, you know. It's just this kind of pure earth, if you will. See, this gets me excited. This is just, this is good. Just, I haven't even, you know, I'm just smelling this. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know, maybe a little warm, you know, it's 2009, but not really. I mean, actually, this is, I mean, I cooled it, and, you know, I put it in the fridge quickly, you know, it was a little, temperature was too high earlier, so I just put it in the fridge. So, but it's just really good. I mean, this is a good bottle of wine. I highly recommend it. You can probably get it in the United States. Bouchard Père and Fils, Montelly 2009. If you want a cheerful Burgundy that has authentic kind of earthy tones, but not too much, the cherry comes to the fore, the fruit comes to the fore, this is your ticket, and I'm just going to enjoy this tonight. So, cheers from France, and happy drinking.